Hey, what is up, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists? Welcome to Chill with Pete, the, I would say, weekly update series, but it is a update series nowadays, where I kind of bullet point, highlights from the week and so on. There's no real structure to it at the moment. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking, by the way. He's a bit mental at the moment. He seems to have relapsed in his training since I've been in hospital. I went to hospital and came back, and it seems like he's day one again. So I've got these, and that's why I'm wearing these, by the way, because I've just come back from with a walk from him and Mrs. Mini Warzone. So I've got my trusty dog whistle, and the clicker, which also is used in his training. So we're starting to get back on track again. Oh, you might also hear the cat as well, because he's around. Mrs. Mini Warzone had a dental appointment today, hygienist. That's it, a cleaning appointment. And before that, we took Dylan out for a walk. And then she went on to the dentist, and I stayed home here. The guys were all home now, because, I just, it feels like, it is winter, isn't it? But it proper feels like winter now, if you know what I mean. I mean, it really is, it just looks and feels wintry here. So, on the beaches it's like a memory long past at the moment. I've still got my coffee though. I want to make myself a cup of coffee. So, how are things progressing with me? Well, I haven't had any more seizures to my knowledge, so that at least is good. I'm awaiting to hear about occupational health appointment from my work. I've got occupational therapy, the physiotherapy appointment coming up as well next month. It's all happening. There are still so many things I don't remember. I just have no memory of. Still scary. Pain is absolute agony in my legs. I wish it wasn't. That's the most severe part of my condition at the moment right now, I think, is that, because it hinders my motion, my movement. Just have a sip of coffee a minute. One of the sad things I'm very sad about is, due to the nature of the seizures, I've had to, give up my license, and I now have to go a full year without a single seizure before I can reapply for it again. That's inconvenient. That is inconvenient, having to rely on my wife and public transport and anything like that I may need this coming year. It's just like, that sucks a bit, you know what I mean? Ah, well, such is the nature of it, I guess, to keep everybody safe. But I mean, I'd like to say here, on my record, that I've never driven any time I don't feel well. And obviously, if I was having a seizure, I would be driving anyway. So, whatever. You got to do what they think is best, and I appreciate that. That's fine. Just, I suppose a year, it's gone before you know it, isn't it? I mean, look how quickly the time has gone for me here in Seaton. I mean, it's just no time at all. No time whatsoever. It's just gone. These last 2 years have flown by. 2 years. And I've got to try and look at positives as well. I mean, I look at my shelves, and a lot of the stuff I don't remember. It's like, okay, I'm discovering new things again. It's like as if it's the first time round. But Yeah, I can't say it doesn't scare me a little, the fact that I can't remember certain stuff. Yeah, what the story was, why I got it, what my plans were. You know, I I do remember I was going to get into Kill Team. I do remember that. And I got quite a bit of Kill Team stuff here, though. And Chaos Space Marines were going to play a big part of it. Because I was also going to, at some point, do a recreation of the Fall of Cadia on a tabletop. That I remember. And I do remember it was going to be originally it was going to be between Black Legion, well, which is like from the story, isn't it? And Khorne. But knowing now that, Khorne can team up with Black Legion, that's what I'm going to do. I might do a unit of Khorne, something for the display. And that's going to be fine. Yeah, so I'm doing that, and it's given me practice, I suppose, working on black. I absolutely hate painting black. I hate it. I think for me, it's right for me. Black and white are two colours I just dislike. I don't find it's not really that I find it hard. I just dislike it because it's difficult to see what you've done and that kind of gear, depends on what brand of paints you're using as well. Certain whites can be a bit chalky and very, very see-through, and yeah, it's just some dry up real quick. It's just one of those things. Looked like I was getting into a bolt action again, or getting back into it as well. So, when I first came home from hospital, I saw on my shelf. Well, actually, I went for a walk and I went into my local hobby shop, and I was about to pick up Bolt Action's Battle of the Bulge starter set. The third edition rules, is it? And my wife said, "You've already got that. You only got that recently." And I said, "No, I haven't." And I was adamant I hadn't. And even the shopkeeper said, "Yeah, you did. You bought it." Yeah. I get back and I find it on my shelf. Like, "Yep, there you go. Told you." I'm like, I have no memory of that whatsoever. Even got the free action figure, well, not action figure, but the free figure, minifigure that comes with it. Can't remember who it is, but yeah, like, what's going on with me? Why can't I remember stuff? Crazy. So, with the driving thing, not being able to drive, I suppose it's only really going to be next year, summer. It's going to be the hardest part for me. Once I've done that, the winter part of that I can, do one as far as I'm concerned. It's not. Summer's the time I like to drive around and go places, And when you're relying on someone else to take you places, it's kind of like, it puts extra pressure on them to feel they have to do that. Life is high pressure enough without adding extras to it. So I'll make the best of what I can. Then when I'm back, I might be even able to get some car casts done. It's been a while, but that's okay. That's okay. So, I'm going to be continuing with my Black Legion. So I've got black on a few here now, and I've topped that up because I've done some golds and silvers as well on them. And I'll need to do that a few more times. I haven't done all the golds and silvers yet. needs breaking up, and I want to do some like leather pouches too. Um, you know, that like gun holsters, that kind of thing, just to make it pop a little bit in the middle here and there. I got one of their hair, one of them's hair, jet black, Abaddon black. I'm thinking, well, I don't think that can stay that way. Maybe if I put some grey highlights on it, might work better than doing it brown, because that doesn't look truly realistic for a Chaos Space Marine, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, so gonna have a sip of coffee, and then I'll let you into some news that I'll tell you about for my channel, which I'm excited about, but it is frustrating at the same time, and of course expensive. So hang on a sec. The news is for my channel, and what I want to add to it. There's some stuff I need and want to add to my nostalgia shelf, and I want to be looking at in great detail when I get the items. The main part I want to look at is, do you remember back in the 80s those Nintendo Game & Watches? It seemed to me at the time like every other kid had. And there were some real classics out there, from Mario Brothers to Donkey Kong. Absolutely brilliant. I had one called Snoopy Tennis, and I loved it. I ended up giving it to my sister in the end, but yeah. Anyway, I want to recollect the ones I had, and possibly a few more. That's not going to be cheap, but I'm going to examine them here, and you can get instructions as well for them. You can get replacement, this, that, and the other. The only thing I can't do is repair them, so I have to be in working order. So if I was to need one repairing, I'd have to find someone to repair it for me. But, I'm sure that's not impossible. So I can do that. The other thing I want to get is, I've got my Sinclair ZX81 up on the shelf now, and even a mug, Sinclair ZX81 mug. I want to get, because I did a series of videos about favourite games on the ZX81, my favourite games. Because everybody's different, it's all subjective, right? But there's bound to be some, crossovers in any computer or video game system that everybody likes. Well, I want to get his Sinclair ZX Spectrum as well to do that with. Possibly Commodore VIC-20 and Commodore 64. And then that can lead on to other things like Auric 1 and different stuff. Aquarius. All sorts of goodies there. Back digging out the nostalgia hole for me to step into. So I realise I'm going to have to do a bit of a sort out on the old nostalgia shelf there. And that's fine. I may even add to the shelving so I can put some bits and pieces on, get a corner section, and add to that. Not a lot, but just a little bit. So that would be good. Do that, and then I can, the world is my oyster. Then is that the right say? That I can't even think straight these days. Do forgive me, by the way, if I say things wrong. It's still part of my brain healing. I can write and say some stuff correctly, I know that. But should I do either incorrectly? It's not on purpose, so not me trying to make things difficult. It's just the way it is at the moment, and hopefully I'll get better and better. I do feel like I'm a little tiny speck better each day. Day before yesterday was the first time I even had a walk with Dylan without feeling like I was dying at the end of it. And we're talking really short walks compared to some long ones I've been on. Yeah, so that was good. but I don't think I'm ready for the long hauls just yet. And what I lack most is energy, because from energy that helps to give me strength to control him, patience to put up with his naughty behaviour, and all kinds of stuff. So I need to sleep. I sleep an awful lot these days. I sleep more than the cat, and you know how much they sleep. So apparently my work will wish me well, and I'd like to think they do, but human nature. I'm dreading to find out if I've forgotten loads of stuff to do with work, because I've forgotten loads of other stuff that are really important to me. So heck knows what's going to happen. I guess I'll just take one thing at a time and see what happens. So my plan after this, because now that's going to be finishing soon, is the first thing is on this one here. I'm going to need to do his shoulder guard. It's him, that shoulder guard there. And then from there, I'll probably have enough gold to be start doing golds on others. So how long have we been going? 17, nearly 18 minutes. Right, so I'm going to end it here. Thanks ever so much for watching. That's a little bit of what's going on and how I am, and I'm hoping to get better and better and get some better videos out there. But I realise some of the on the benches might not be the best, but I do so enjoy them, and I love doing them, knowing that you're along for the ride. And they will get better again as time goes by. But the next few ones, they were recorded long ago, so I wouldn't worry about it for a while. And if the time comes and I'm not happy with what's been done, I'll just delete them and I'll start again. But either way, it helps me get work done. I do. I really, really enjoy on the benches. They're just so good for me mentally, like the therapy behind it. So I do thank you. Please, if you don't mind, if you could give me a like on the video, that would be really, really helpful. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you on another one. Till next time, remember, all brushes lead to all. See you around. Bye bye.